So, I recently played Red Dead Redemption 2. Played it for a long, long time.
Gonna be playing it for a while.
Yeah, not as long as I wanted to. I wanted to go full 24 hours, but I messed up my sleep schedule.
I came over to hang out with him in the morning, and I was like, yeah, he'll still be playing in the morning, and he was still playing, but then he's like, you know what? I quit.
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
I went back on camera, and I'm just like, guys, I tap out. I can barely keep my eyes open. I'm afraid I'm just going to, fall asleep in the middle of a horse ride and go flying again. But
horse physics.
You don't have to fall asleep to do that, apparently.
Yeah, you could just be...
Hey, I'm not the worst at it. You should see some of the shit that has happened to Delirious.
Yeah.
Good Lord, Delirious has gone flying.
I've seen Nate hit shit and fly off of his horse 6 different times now.
Okay, that one was bullshit. That one horse that ran in front of me and pretty much left its back leg out just enough to trip me up, and all of a sudden my horse just goes.
It was literally like the horse did this to him.
Yeah, my horse just floats up in the air about a few feet. I'm like, what the fuck? Bah! So. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a fun game. It is probably Rockstar's best game in terms of technical achievement. I would say in terms of the Rage engine, this is the pinnacle so far of what I've seen. I know a lot of people say, well, GTA 5 did this and GTA 5 did that. Yeah, it did. But
yeah, but you know what GTA 5 didn't have?
Fucking...
Those very fine hats.
Yes. Fucking hats, horses, awesome guns. Well, they did have awesome guns, but it was usually generic.
Those are some really kick-ass guns.
Oh, yeah, including... I found a Henry repeater, and including the random stuff that happens in the world. I came across this one gunsmith shop, and I looked in this one bottom window, and there was this kid hanging out down there. Could have been 14, 15 times. Or 14, 15 years old. And he's looking up at me. He's like, you got to get me out of here, sir. The shop owner's got me trapped down here. I don't know what's going on.
And he's dressed up in a sailor outfit.
Yeah, like a schoolboy, sailor outfit. And I confront the owner about this, take him down to the basement, and the kid is chained up down there. I shoot the chain off of his leg and everything. And he starts to leave and everything, and the owner
and the shopkeeper flips out and starts going on this sob story about how he
lost his son. He lost his son in an unfortunate it was a hunting accident.
He was teaching him to shoot.
Yeah, he was teaching him to shoot, and there was gun recoil, and it knocked back and hit him in the head, and he fell in a creek,
fell in a river, and basically was just gone.
Yeah,
and then he's like, "You look just like him. I gotta keep him alive." And it's just like, dude, no.
No, that's dealing with it the wrong way.
No.
But anyway, after that was all said and done, the guy was on the floor crying and everything, and he's like, "Just take whatever you want."
And Nate's just like, "Don't mind if I do."
I'm like, "Okay, fine with me." I turned around and I opened up this shiny new case that's just sitting there. And turns out it's one of the best Henry repeaters in the game. And I'm just like,
it's the best. It's probably the best repeater in the game.
Okay, so it's a badass gun.
Yeah, and it's just like, whoa.
Yeah, I just picked up. I'm like, yeah,
oh yes.
and I left after that, and that was actually where I ended the stream yesterday.
Yep.
But
some of the stuff I've seen in it so far is just impressively realistic too, like cleaning your guns.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think what else.
Also, the campfire stuff. The campfire stuff. You setting up camp in the dude. I don't know if you were there for that. I set up camp in the middle of this one forest up north, or up north, and these two colorful fellows. I shall call them.
This one chap comes walking up and is like, "Hey, that's a nice fire.
Mind if I sit down?
Mind if I have a sit down?" And he sits down, and then another guy walks up right behind you with a gun to your head. And you're just like, God damn it!
And they're just like, it's like, these are our woods. You don't belong here. And I'm just like, just like, you know what? As soon as he locks his gun off of me, I'm gonna turn around and kill both of them. They get on their horse to ride away. I pull out my gun. I start shooting at them. I hit one of them, and then they both come back at me. I kill one of them. Actually, I kill one of them's horse, and as he's coming downhill, I kill his horse, and he just goes, blah, 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 just rolls towards me, and I shoot him in the head, and the other one comes at me with a double-barrel shotgun, and I shoot him in the head. He falls down next to a tree, and he drops his double-barrel shotgun. This fucker was ugly too, and by ugly I don't mean
I believe
I don't mean in vogue ugly. I mean ugly as in his mother and his sister are the same person.
Yeah, I believe these gentlemen had been genetically isolated for some time.
Yeah, so I walked up and I gave him some facial reconstruction surgery with like 4 bullets to the face. You know, I figured, hey, I might as well make him prettier before they bury him.
That's true.
So anyway,
I saw another clip where somebody was like, "This game's so realistic," and they were walking in the snow and it was leaving all the footprints, and they drew a dick with their footprint.
Yep. Yes.
That's good.
And then there was a scene I was watching you play where you walked up and there was a guy at a campfire drinking, and it was just like up in the middle of the desert, and there was like a plateau in the distance and shit. And I was like, I've seen this scene in a fucking movie before.
Yeah,
yeah.
This
There's
is so cool.
cinematic.
He was like, "Hey, why don't you have a seat and hang out with me for a little bit?" And Nate's like, "All right." And like,
and he drank all my damn whiskey.
Yeah, he
like,
drank
I
his
handed
damn
him one
whiskey.
of my whiskeys, and he's just like, I've seen some shit.
He's like, "I'll tell you my secrets if you give me some whiskey." And he starts drinking, and then he just passes out of his chair.
And
like,
he never
"God
tells
damn
me
it."
anything.
No. The secret is he can drink a whole lot of whiskey.
Yeah, he downs the
That's
whole
the
bottle of
secret.
whiskey, and then as slowly just goes on the ground.
It's a good game, it seems.
And I picked him up and I put him on his sleeping bag just for good. No, I didn't
all
put him
right,
on gently either. It was just like, herp.
He was like, "Hope," and I was like, "That was."
He's not gonna feel it.
Oh, don't worry, he's drunk. He's
He'll be
fine.
all right.
He's in ultimate muscle relaxing health.
Oh yeah, he's limber. He'll be fine.
Oh yeah. So anyway,
So
Dunkey.
You've never seen a video game Dunkey.
I have not.
Dunkey is
to my
a funny
knowledge.
dude.
You'll best to just show rather than tell, I think.
All right, let's do it.
So,
Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game about characters, a gang of outlaws struggling to find refuge in a rapidly changing America, guided by their idealistic leader, Dutch Van. There's Hosea Matthews, the older and wiser right-hand man to Dutch, and their surrogate son, the protagonist, Arthur Morgan, the hot-headed and violent Bill Williamson, Sadie Adler, a traumatized widow who transforms into a merciless gunslinger, Uncle, who constantly demands that Jackie Chan retrieve the talismans, Miss Grimshaw, the firm but loving backbone of the game, Tilly, Abigail, Jack, Strauss, Charles, Karen, Pearson, Lenny, Javier, Reverend, Sean, Micah, John Marston, who was nearly unrecognizable from the man we played as in the original, and my horse too, who got that name because the first horse died in a train accident. We can make it. The waypoint's on the other side of the train. We're running on a track. We can make it. We can make it. Yeah. Good job.
that's what happens.
I thought I was going to trip in front of the tracks, not on a rock.
See them chatting, singing, arguing, dancing. Sometimes they're playing poker. Other nights they're swapping stories and drinking whiskey around the campfire. Dutch can often be found blasting some classical music on his phonograph, and Miss Grimshaw scolding someone for doing something stupid. The game has a brilliant way of letting them interact and play off of each other while you learn about who they really are, making the precarious circumstances all the more heart-wrenching.
They're pretty scattered. Let's get them all rounded up.
No!
Damn it, John!
Wrecked.
When I said the hideout was the best part of the game, I was actually a lying man there, because the music is the best part of the game. You open with these menacing horns being drowned out by the wind of the blizzard, and just as a distant mountain comes into view, you can hear this faint shimmering sound. Shootouts are brought to life by triumphant battle themes, pulsating bass and marching drums. Then, out of nowhere, they pull out fucking D'Angelo. What the fuck? He comes in there like,
Yep.
God damn it.
how did they get D'Angelo on this game?
Oh.
This was you, D'Angelo. Come on, dog.
Donkey!
I'm so fucking lightheaded.
He's unbeatable.
You help me up, I'll make you waffles.
Donkey's just like, "You suck so much."
You're a fucking asshole.
5 out of 5 greatest musician of all time. Now, back to Red Dead. The game kind of sucks dick.
I'll have my eyes on you every second you're in here.
That's the guy.
That's him.
So, what are you in the market for?
For the first 4 chapters, I was enthralled not only by the storytelling and set pieces, but by the side missions and minute details of the world. Then chapter 5 hits, and I go,
What the hell?
The game takes a dramatic nosedive in quality when you wash up on this island. For an hour and a half straight, you're just mowing people down with almost no motivation behind it. And even after you leave the island, Red Dead never escapes that looming sense of repetition. Creative missions that move the story forward start becoming more infrequent as you're subjected to one shooting gallery after another. You're constantly riding your horse across the map to a mission only to follow some dude for another 5 minutes when you start it. You have these ancient shooting mechanics with de-emphasized aiming. The cover system is straight up broken. All of these issues that once felt minor started to really irritate me as I became increasingly disconnected from the story.
You are some of the color.
Do it like you. Grab that gun. See what happens.
Yeah.
Rockstar
That's
is
stopping
so focused
power.
when it comes to bringing things to a dramatic climax. You have all these spinning plates that are ready to topple and shatter on the floor, but instead they start introducing new characters while the people you actually care about just meander towards some weak-ass dissolution. You know something's gone astray when you're playing a game about bounty hunting train robbers and the most exciting mission in the past 10 hours is a music video of building a house. Thankfully, the open world is far less predictable.
That's the guy.
Dead down there. Must have gone off the cliff. Yep.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
I had a lot of fun just rolling
Yep.
around.
Ice cold.
Scenery and wildlife. Occasionally, I would stumble across some weird,
There it is.
abandoned cabin and try to piece together what happened there.
Don't move a goddamn muscle. Sorry. This is a robbery. You're getting robbed, friend. No, don't shoot. You're getting robbed. Oh, Lord, no.
One time, I jumped on some dude's wagon and threw him off. Then we got into a big fist fight. Then the police shot him for some reason. Then we just ran into a group of bandits.
All dead.
Those guys
Damn.
got killed. And how can we forget about the legendary poker match between me and my arch nemesis, Mr. Cornelius?
Look at this hand. I better go all in.
All in, dude. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? Oh, he's calling. He's calling. Fuck.
Oh, this suits me very
Oh,
well.
God damn it. Well, when you lose, you lose. You know, what can I say? You fucking cheated bastard.
Holy shit!
It's not spawn. Jesus.
Oh my God.
Clearly, these police are.
Did he kill the Army Reserve there?
I think so.
Just as Arthur grows disillusioned.
What the fuck was that?
I thought I'd seen people's heads explode, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was-
It's not like it wasn't even just completely there. I mean, just spawned.
Such thoughtfully realized characters that I can easily recommend this game. I give Red Dead a 3 out of 5 and a big old cigar. There's a gator. Look at whoa, whoa! See that ass horse? What the hell? There he is.
Wasted.
You made a mistake.
Yeah. He got fucked up.
So
Punching your horse, man.
the thing that I keep waiting on is like there's the one time where you get wanted and the police cars just fly in out of nowhere. It's like it's GTA 5.
That's kind of what happens. That's kind of what happened because you remember when we were in Saint Denis and I randomly hit this guy who was crossing the road out of nowhere, and all of a sudden 4 cops show up. Just start
Just
trying
ready
to
to
shoot
kick
me
your
instead
ass.
of trying to arrest me, and I'm just like, son of a bitch.
What the hell?
No.
He ended up with like a $75 bounty because he ran somebody over by accident with
Yup.
his horse.
Yeah, Saint Denis, you're a bunch of crooks. Sheesh. But what are you gonna do? So yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2. What a game! What a
What's
game!
I was
The hell of
surprised
a
he said
thing.
it kind of starts to suck later. I've not heard that until now.
Well, from what a lot of people say, Chapter 5 is sort of a downer in terms of quality and everything. But I so far, well, I guess it's in the eye of the beholder because nobody's perfect.
Yeah.
And plus, Dunkey's not really someone. He said himself, my reviews aren't meant to be taken like 100% seriously. Like if it is, then I'll tell you. But until I say so, take everything I say with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So,
Or a whole big old bunch of salt.
which I guarantee you after this review, so many people are just gonna be like, "You suck, Dunkey," and he's just gonna be like, he's just gonna be like, "Thanks for all that YouTube money from those angry comments."
Yeah.
So yeah, well, that's all it is. I mean, hey, angry comments. they're what fuels some people's channels. I mean, you want angry comments on you want money on YouTube?
Piss
Cause
somebody
a little bit
off.
of controversy, piss people off, get a shit ton of comments and likes and dislikes on your channel. I mean, it doesn't matter. It really does not matter as long as people are there to give you attention. Like, I hate making the comparison, but you look at people like Kim Kardashian. The more infamous she is, the more popular she is. It doesn't matter. Like, any attention is good attention, whether it be good or bad. And
it depends. There are certain things you can do that, like, you'll get extra attention for a little bit, and then your career is destroyed afterwards.
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
Like,
Well, of course, but it depends on how you play the cards. You see,
yeah, it's like if you just ruffle the feathers, you're fine. But if you actually
Pluck
like,
the
kill
chicken.
the chicken, then you're gonna. be in
Ooh,
trouble,
yeah. Then you yourself are gonna get plucked.
Yeah.
pretty much.
you're plucked.
They'll tar and feather you with the chicken's feathers.
Yeah.
Yes, you're gonna
Good
get plucked
God.
up.
So, all right. Hey, Andrew, your opinion on Dunkey?
I liked it. I liked it. I will. I look forward to checking out a few more things that he's done.
He's a
That's
funny
nice.
man.
Yeah,
He's a funny man.
He's
very
a funny
nice.
guy. He's a funny guy, and he makes some pretty odd references that you might get, like the one from the Mario, the Super Mario, Luigi's Balloon World.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, how do you do it? You used Game Shark, didn't you? You used the Game Shark.
These
Yeah.
Game Sharks.
I miss those too.
Those are nice.
Yeah, they were.
Man.
I remember when my friend Andrew started his up on his PlayStation 2, and it had like the memory card thing where you stuck it in the
Yep.
memory card slot, and it was just like so cool.
The thing I don't miss was absolutely 100% bricking a cartridge game with one by accident.
No.
got lucky on
So-
that one.
I did that with Pokemon Red back in the day.
Ooh.
Fun
easy to
fact,
do.
I actually have a. I think it's the copy of Donkey Kong 64 I brought here that it is unbeatable at this point.
Oh yeah, you
So, like, one of the items that you need to fuel a bunch of moves,
is glitched.
you can't pick it up anymore.
Oh.
Yup.
Don't.
Oh, no.
Well, if our other buddy ever gives back my Nintendo 64, I have another copy of it. So.
Oh,
Hey,
we've
got-
got like 3 copies.
And I've got my N64 right there.
I was about to say, I think I might have almost enough parts and pieces between mine.
Well, and I also have the RAM thing in there, so the
Oh,
game
yeah, the
won't
expansion
crash.
pack, yeah.
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 That was the thing, is I had one of those and they're real hard to find, and then our buddy like stashed it in his closet upstairs, and been trying to get him to give it back for a long time. And finally, the last time I was hanging out with him, I was like, dude, can we go upstairs and look for that real quick? And then I opened it and looked, and I was like, oh shit, this goes all the way to the other side of the house. I was like,
We ain't never finding
I
it.
don't think we're gonna find it.
I sold mine. I used to have
found
one.
that
I'd have
one
it
you
for
might
Perfect
enjoy.
Dark. And I don't remember what I do with it.
Perfect. We've
Yeah,
got it here.
that's why I had it, just for
One
perfect.
of the
Dark.
best shooters.
See,
I love
here's
that.
the thing. We've got the setup to stream directly from the N64.
Really?
Yes, we can.
I got to
That
do.
means
I got to
we
do
could
a
all
little
play
bit.
Perfect Dark at some point.
Oh no,
Do it.
No, I've got we've got all the tools and everything to do it.
Just got to get it
we just
set
gotta
up,
get it set up and plugged up and everything.
which is not hard. We're just lazy.
Yeah, I get that.
Not really. We just don't have the space because space is limited up there. In the
That's
streaming office.
that's true.
Which hopefully here soon, I'm actually going to work on that and actually get stuff moved into the closet behind us.
Yeah,
So that we actually have more room for more shit.
that'd be nice.
That'd be cool.
But did you know that on GoldenEye 64 you can actually play the game using 2 separate N64 controllers for one character?
No,
I didn't know that.
that's legit.
It's ridiculous.
I used to play that every day before school.
That's actually
Yeah.
pretty cool. Dude.
We're gonna have to try that out.
He sent me a thing from 8-Bit Do. It's for a.
That'd be weird.
It's for a.
Yeah.
It's for a game GameCube controller
So
for the Switch.
it's an adapter for various controllers, but it's wireless and will link up to the Switch. So you can have a GameCube controller
for the Switch.
set up to the Switch, so you can play
And
like
not only that, but it also
Smash
works with
Ultimate on the
all
go.
of our other controllers
Yeah.
that we've got.
Yeah.
I feel like the N64 one would be cool if you guys got some adapter to kind of hold them together. So it's kind of like a one big controller.
Did-
instead.
Could you imagine it being
Did you
like?
see the 3D printer up there?
Oh yeah, you could 3D print a clip for that.
Yeah, that's nice.
I actually saw where someone
Stable.
3D printed a little steering wheel for their Xbox One controller.
Yes, that is the coolest
Really?
thing. Yeah, so it actually like straps to the controller, and it's got like a rack and pinion gear such that it will actually like shift the stick left and right. Once you get used to it, apparently you like it's way more functional than actually trying to steer with the stick.
Yeah.
I have never actually like seen a 3D printer, so that's pretty sweet.
You have to look at it on the way up.
That's got it up there.
Yeah, I'm tweaking some settings on it, but yeah, it's pretty sweet.
That's still cool.
It's legit.
I like that.
And I'm just over here like I want the switchblade.
There are grips that people have made for the Joy-Cons for the Switch that have blades sticking off of them. So it's an actual switchblade.
That's nice.
It's so stupid.
But I like it.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd accidentally injure myself with my Switch.
Yeah.
Well, could you ever imagine like you're in there like playing Switch or anything, and all of a sudden a robber comes in and be like, "Back off, man."
Hey, look, all I can say about that
Stab you with
system
my
is
console.
it's pretty sharp. Good night, everybody.
Boo.
Well.